Hey y'all, it is TJ, the Chief Noisemaker of the Media Maverick Academy. And I'm hoping I'm broadcasting live. I can't really tell just yet. But I am in Washington, D.C. and got here yesterday to surprise one of my many Media Mavericks named Christon the Truth Jones. And so if you were tuning in, Carmen, hi. Okay, so I'm like, okay, it's broadcasting out. It always concerns me, this broadcast thing. So hi, Carmen. So we just wrapped his first interview, number 9 market, Good Morning Washington, and he crushed it. Did you crush it, Truth? Did you crush it? Did you crush your interview? You did. Say hi. Just say hi for me.
Hi.
Wait, hold on. They hadn't switched. There we go. There, my baby. So, Truth, you just finished doing your interview for ABC Good Morning Washington. Tell us about it. What was the experience?
It felt good to be back on TV and to be in another TV studio with a whole bunch of positive people.
And what was it like sitting there talking? What was your anchor's name?
Her name was Miss
Adriana. Yeah. And first of all, introduce yourself. So for people who don't know you, what do you do? Who are you and what do you do?
Hi, I'm Christon the Truth Jones. I'm a CEO of Return on Investment, or ROI, where we help 20-year-old black athletes become financially free by teaching them how to invest in the stock market.
And so what was your segment about, Truth?
My segment was about my book and my stocks and option scores.
And how has it been coaching with me? Am I tough? Am I easy? What do you think? Really? Really?
It's been good.
But I felt a but.
No.
Okay. It's just been good. So what's one of the biggest things you've learned so far from working with me?
My acronym.
Your acronym. What about it? What you mean? Explain that to people who don't understand that. Explain what that means.
Truth acronym. T, tap 20 companies that you like and that you already buy from. R, research those companies thoroughly. Look at the new products, mergers, or news. U, understand the historical data. Look at the 5-year history. Because just like people or companies have patterns. T, trade out after closing. Take your emotions out of it so you can... And you might have to sleep on whether you want to make that trade or not. And H, have an enter and exit strategy. Know when you're going to enter and know when you're going to exit, and stick to the script.
So were you nervous this morning?
I wasn't nervous.
Why weren't you nervous?
It's what I do.
It's what you do. And how much does it require you practicing, Truth? For people who, what would you say? Let's go at it like this. So for people who are saying they want to be on TV, they see you and they're like, you know what, I want to do that. Tell them what it takes.
It takes weeks of long hours.
And what else?
Commitment.
Okay. So when we work together, tell them about the kind of things that we would do. Again, they don't know what it's like to work with me. So tell them the kind of things we would do, how I helped. What was your favorite part? Just talk a little bit about the experience.
Okay, so every time we'd video chat, she would start off by asking me my acronym, which I just gave you, which is TRUTH, Truth.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'd go over to my questions until I got them right. And most of the time we would just change it. She would tell me one answer, then the next week she'd tell me, no, I got another one. We're gonna do this one. That works better.
And what were we doing this morning in the Uber?
Practicing.
You were trying to watch a video and I kept interrupting you, huh? Mm-hmm. Okay, so talk about these one-word answers, because remember, one of the things we started when we first started working together, and you're kind of doing it now, so I need you to remember what I've taught you. One-word answers don't work. You have to elaborate. Mm-hmm. So when you start thinking of doing media, a lot of people, Truth, think you just go on and you just talk, but that's not the case, is it?
No.
What happens?
I do a lot more than just talk when I'm on when I do media. I connect with other people to see if we can work possibly to not only benefit myself but to benefit them.
Mm-hmm.
And I also do was I capture the experience because it's kind of rare to see an 11-year-old be on television for a positive thing, not a negative.
And we submitted questions ahead of time, right?
Yes.
How many questions? How many do you think we submitted?
About 6 or 7.
No, we submitted about 10.
Oh.
Yeah, and we practiced 10. So, do you remember how many questions did she really ask you?
I don't remember.
Okay, because it goes by fast, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then talk about that. Tell
It's
them.
like 2 seconds.
And it was actually a 4-minute. It was a 4-minute segment, and it felt like what?
2 seconds. Like when I was in Charlotte, when I was doing Good Morning Charlotte, I had a 6-minute interview. It felt like I was on there for a minute.
Yeah, it goes by really fast.
Mm-hmm.
And so, what do you think makes it easier for you to now let me ask you this way. What do you think it takes to make it go so fast for you? Is it because you practice a lot, that it's something you can do with ease, or why do you think it seems like it goes by so fast for you?
I think it's because I practice a lot and I've been doing this for a little bit now.
And a little bit is how long?
3 years.
3 years? Okay. So, and you were nominated for Black Enterprise Teenpreneur, right?
Yes.
And you just came back from Charlotte not too long ago.
Mm-hmm.
Tell them something interesting that happened while you were there.
Well, something interesting that happened was that rapper mogul turned businessman T.I. had called me up on stage, but sadly, I went back to my hotel room to take a nap.
So you missed the call.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lesson to be learned from everything, but especially from this. That's why you want to take action. You don't want to sleep on opportunities, literally.
Okay, that was good. That was good, Truth. That was good. And what else was I getting ready to ask you? I don't know. Anything else you want to say before I jump in?
No.
No? Is it fun working with Coach?
I know. See me on Channel 8, Washington, baby.
So yeah, you get ready to do. You just did Good Morning Washington, and now you get ready to do a show called Let's Talk Live, still in Washington D.C., the number 9 market. Whoop, whoop. We did the number 9 market today, baby, and he nailed it. I was so proud of him. Truth, she came we had worked on what your answers are, but this was a little differently. Remember, we usually practice it where you give out your acronym, right? Talk about that. Talk about how you give out what your acronym is for buying stock.
Oh, yeah. I usually give out my acronym or figure out a way that I can put it into my interviews. But this time, she gave out my acronym. And
just asked you clarifying questions.
She wanted to make sure that she got it right.
So now, doesn't that make you happy that one of the things that we did, what were we doing in the car this morning? Practicing. And that acronym, you have to know it out of order, correct?
Yes.
And so wouldn't you say that when she flipped it on you this morning and she started giving the information that we had really specifically practiced on one particular letter, right? Remember that? And I kept drilling you.
Oh.
So, the key, guys, is here. I'll go ahead and go back to Truth. I'll flip around now. Where was I? Okay. All right. So the key, guys, is the media tip I wanted to dish out. 2 things. 1, when I work with my clients, it is non-negotiable. It is non-negotiable that you know your key talking point. And so for Truth, we had built an acronym around his key tips for trading stock. So no matter what interview he does, I don't care if it's a radio interview, I don't care if it's a television interview, I don't care if it's a phone interview that's going to be translated into print. This acronym has to come out of his mouth. Period. No negotiation, because it's the center point and his talking point to his brand. So as Truth said, we practice, hey Tish, we practice from a standpoint of he dishes out his acronym. And so what's the emotional one? Trade.
Oh, trade after closing.
Okay, so the second T in Truth is trade after closing. And I created this acronym. That's one of the things that I do with my clients is I listen to them. I drill down what their primary talking points are, and then I just sit with it. And then I just start writing out letters. And I just sit with it. I stare at the letters until it takes shape. And so I knew Truth's nickname, I wanted the acronym to be shaped around that. And so the second T is trade after closing, because if you are emotional, you want to actually sleep on it. Right? Am I saying it right, Truth? He's going back to ignoring me now. So what? Tell them. I forget what the T is. The T about the emotional.
T, trade after closing. Take your emotions out of it. Give you time. Don't give it time. Give yourself time to sleep on it.
Okay. And so when he did it today, she gave the acronym and he had to elaborate. Now this was the thing. He had kind of forgotten it on the way here. I wouldn't let up on it because he kept stopping at trade after closing, because I forget what he was saying. I was like, true, you have to remember to make the connection of why is this, okay, that's what it is. Trade after closing, because stock trading can be emotional. He kept forgetting to tell us why it was emotional. So I kept drilling him in the car this morning. And Janelle, his mom, is on here. Say hi, Janelle. And so I'm glad that I drilled him because of the way she actually came at him with the question. The way he had to answer it was directly tied to what I had been drilling him on. There is a reason why I drill your key talking points. I drill them in you. Non-negotiable. If you saw the surprise video yesterday, he didn't know I was coming. I snuck up on him. He didn't know I was going to be here. We said our hello. And the first thing I asked him, give me the U of Truth. He knows I got to nail it, period. You should be able to wake up from a dead sleep and give me your key talking points. And he did. And I always go out of order. And so I was really proud of him. And then the second thing that happened was she asked, what was the last question, Truth? What was the last question she asked you that it was a curveball? What was the last question?
Oh, how do you, what is it called? How do you know which stock to pick?
No.
Yeah, it was that one.
That wasn't the last question. It was no. What inspires you or something, because it was a question that you.
No, it was that one.
That was the last question?
Well, I don't know if it was the last, but it was one of the ones we don't practice.
We didn't practice that, but you still nailed it. And he still nailed it because in the course of working, in the course of getting ready for an interview, you are really streamlining how you talk about your brand. You are really streamlining what it looks like so that when someone asks you a question that you necessarily don't have a prepared soundbite for, you still know enough about your brand. I've practiced you enough. I've made you identify and articulate your process enough that you can actually get yourself through that answer. And I'm telling you, I was over on the side, just screaming inside. Okay, so that's the first thing. Second thing is you have to be aware of, depending on the market, the stations are busy. I mean, there's a lot of things going on, and it's been a minute since I've been in a station with a client, and I was amazed at how much was going on that was actually being aired versus all this other stuff that was around you. You have got, if you're going to, especially if you're going to be doing television is only 3 to 5 minutes. If you are going to do television, you have to be able to stay focused on the task at hand. There is a lot. There was something going on. 1, 2, 3. There was four areas of this set. 4 areas of this set. One was hot. That's what we say. It was a hot set. That's where truth was. And then 3 other areas were just busy. And you could hear people talking. You could hear conversations. Now, they're mic'd, so you couldn't, the audience at home can't hear it. But if you are not honed in and focused, you will get sidetracked. There is a segment where there was a woman coming on after us, where she was setting up her food. She was going to be doing a food demonstration. So there was busyness there. Then there was a gentleman who was setting up a ginormous chess board because he was going to do a demonstration segment around chess. There was that happening. There was so much happening that you have to be in tune with what your segment is about, what your talking points are, what your sound bites are, so that you can nail it and stay focused on what's happening live. These aren't taped interviews. There's no cut, start over, go back to one. We're going to take it from the top. There's none of that. You are live. So you have to show up prepared to make sure you can nail it and be focused. And then lastly, since I have Janelle here, I want to say that I never take for granted. Janelle is Truth's mom. I never take for granted when parents trust me with their children. Janelle is in Germany. She sent Truth here. He's covered because he's also attending a conference. So he's covered by the gentleman who is looking out for him. Truth. Coach Tawana says hi. Your LinkedIn coach says hi.
Hi, Coach Tawana.
I never take it for granted that when they trust me with their children. She's in Germany, yet she trusts me to get him from the hotel this morning. I got him to the station. I'm here with him now. I never take that for granted when parents trust me with their children. And I'm not cheap. So when not only are they investing a nice, they invest in 5 figures to work with me personally. And so when they do that, I definitely don't take it for granted, because I know if they're willing to invest that kind of level with me, then their children are precious to them. And I, in turn, they are precious to me. And it's not that I don't think my adult Mavericks aren't the bomb. I love them, but I'm always try to be here for my baby. Your accountant says hi too, Bernadette.
Hi.
So I just wanted to say that publicly. And then also the last thing I'll say is mark your calendars for July 22nd through the 28th. We are going to do the Noisemaker Challenge. So if you are interested in learning how to make noise for yourself in the media, of how you can book yourself in the media, if you're tired of being the best kept secret, if you're tired and frustrated and annoyed that your business, your book, or your brand is going unnoticed, unknown, unremarkable, we are launching again, 3rd year in a row. Hi, Jesse. 3rd year in a row. We're going to do the Noisemaker Challenge. So if you give me 45 minutes every day for 7 days, it's going to be a game changer for you. So look out for deets on my Facebook page or the Noisemaker Squad. It's called the Noisemaker Challenge. I haven't set up the page just yet, so don't go there right now, but just put it on your calendar. Stay tuned around, and I'll give you the details of where you can go register, or you can go ahead and write down the noisemakerchallenge.com, because that's where the registration deets will be. The noisemakerchallenge.com, but they're not there right now. Okay, so don't be mad if you like, Teach, don't send me messages that Teach, the page not working. That's because it ain't set up yet. I gotta set it up. I bought the domain, but I haven't set it up yet. But I promise you that for those who are logged in, who've actually gone through the challenge, my Maverick that's getting ready to be on Good Morning America, she told me, me being on Good Morning America is a direct result of coming out of my challenges. So I'm telling you, it works. All right, so that's it. We're going to just sit here and chill and relax and all that good stuff and get Truth ready for his next TV segment on Let's Talk Live. All right, guys. Bye.